Hello everyone and welcome back to Nightmares of Nature. As always, I'm your host Mr.G. Ignore the ocean background, because this is not Monsters of the Deep, this is Nightmares of Nature, where we're talking about a poor man's shark. The Barracudas. Barracuda is any fish in the Sphyridae genus. They're fish, they're carnivores, they were described in 1778, and they live in tropical oceans. Barracudas kinda look like sentient torpedoes, and they possess a mouthful of very sharp teeth. Barracudas are built for speed, and use a combination of that as well as stealth in order to quickly gobble up smaller fish. Although adults are solitary, younger barracudas will form schools until they're old enough to fend for themselves. Currently, there are 28 recognized species of barracuda, with the largest being the appropriately named great barracuda, which on average tends to be 4 feet long, but there was once a specimen caught that was nearly 10 feet long. Although barracudas are good predators, due to their relatively small size, barracudas still end up being predators to things like reef sharks and large groupers. But something interesting to note is that barracudas will actively follow larger predators around so that they can feed on their leftovers. In spite of their small size, barracudas are still fierce predators that shouldn't be underestimated. Okay, let's look at the card. Okay, I've been holding it long enough. Why is this card in Nightmares of Nature? Why isn't this in Monsters of the Deep? If you're wondering, this is literally the only saltwater fish in this set. All the other fish in this set are freshwater, which makes sense. If Monsters of the Deep is ocean animals, then the freshwater fish would need somewhere to go. So, I don't understand why they did this. It can't be because Monsters of the Deep had too many cards. It is literally the smallest of the sets. So, if anything, barracudas would probably not only make more sense in that set, they would probably help it have bigger numbers. Unfortunately, unlike the Hellbender and Toxic Terrors, I can't really deduct an error here, since it's not them being here isn't actually technically wrong, since barracudas could be considered kinda nightmarish. But still, this is an odd placement. And what makes me more angry is the fact that there are no errors here. I looked, but I can't really find anything wrong with this card. So, that's just great. When it comes to their relationship with humans, I think this quote from Jaws sums up how humans tend to see them. You yell barracuda, then people will go, huh? What? Yeah, as you can imagine, barracudas aren't the most feared carnivorous fish. Unlike sharks, which are the subject of a lot of horror movies and have built up an unfair reputation, and piranhas, which due to their traveling in schools have built an equally unfair reputation that I'll talk about later, barracudas aren't really taken seriously by the general public. Despite that though, you still shouldn't approach them, as divers have reported skin lesions and even losing fingers to the fish. Although most interactions tend to be pretty harmless, with scuba divers reporting that the barracudas follow them, mistaking them for the predators I mentioned earlier. Now, barracudas are also a popular sport fish due to how much of a fight they put up, but they don't really get caught for food that much due to the fact that reef fish often contain a poison. Barracudas are a relatively common sight in captivity. I've seen them at most of the aquariums I've been to. But by far, the thing that people know barracudas best for is their appearance in the opening scene of the 2003 Pixar film Finding Nemo, where during the opening of the film, the main character's family gets attacked by a barracuda, killing everyone but him and one of his eggs. Happy Kids movie! By the way, if you ever got scared by this scene as a kid, which is probably a lot of you, there's actually an Easter egg in Toy Story 4 implying that the barracuda eventually got caught and got turned into a trophy. So, yeah. Oh, there's also a Pokemon based off barracuda. I just felt I should get that out there. Its name is Arrokuda. Real clever. That's all for this episode of Nightmares of Nature. Join us next time when we talk about the world's biggest lizard. Bye!